Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to clean up and speed up your computer. This is my system that I use with my clients to quickly get in there, do a bunch of scans, speed up the computer, take off a bunch of temporary stuff, and just get the system back to performing like it should. It's nothing crazy, no major setting changes or anything like that. So I'm going to go through one program at a time that I use. Basically, I usually start with CCleaner, then Malwarebytes, then I like to use Hitman Pro if I've got a lot of infections. So I will start with CCleaner. So first off, I just usually search CCleaner. Go to their website, which is CCleaner.com. If I haven't had it before on the computer, I like to get the pro version. Whoops. I should go back and do the free version. Download the free version. And there it goes. Wait for it to come up. There we go. Okay, hit yes. Okay. Now with this here, everything is fine in here, so I just hit install. And then check the little box, release notes, so it doesn't show it to you, run cleaner. And then continue. I always decline these. Start CCleaner. Okay, so first one I come to is the custom clean, and I don't analyze it, I just hit run cleaner. Analyzing it will show you what it's deleting before it deletes, and then you can hit remove it and it will get rid of it. So here, and it's going to make sure all the browsers are closed, so close them down, yes. I always say whatever CCleaner finds, just delete it. So it freed up 1.92 gigs of information, which is crazy because this is almost a clean install. So from there, we go down to registry, scan for issues, and it's got 84 things on there. Review selected. For the general people, it's a good idea to create a backup of the registry changes you make in case something that got deleted shouldn't have been deleted. But honestly, of all my years doing it, I've never done it. So, but I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to hit save, fix all selected issues, and it goes through and clears them out. Now, from there, I can go to Tools. Tools has a couple of good options in here. So the uninstall, you can go through and uninstall what apps and programs you don't want. Really, I don't use that too much in here, but it's startup. So in the startup section, you want to see what programs you have that are running and disable ones you don't need up. Usually I like to say if you don't know what it is, probably a good idea to leave it alone, but I usually leave the Microsoft ones all on, and then disable programs that I know don't need to start up with the computer. And there's also options in scheduled tasks, which I generally leave this one alone. this one, and then with the Windows services, unless there's a major program I'm trying to stop from running, I'll leave these alone as well, which the publisher shows the name of the company. So if you know what software it is, you can go in here, track it down, and disable it if you need to shut it off through this way. Browser plugins, you'll have different ones in here. All these will get reset when we're done anyways, so I'm not going to mess with those. And that's basically it. So that's CCleaner. So that process cleans the computer up, helps speed it back up. So when you close it down, you can go back to Chrome, and we're going to start the next software, which is Malwarebytes. And I use free downloads for everything. I don't find the point in purchasing it unless you want that extra layer of security on your computer. So, okay, so install. I just use personal use. Skip. This is where a lot of pieces of software get you. They're always trying to install something else, another third-party software or something. So skip this for now, and it's installing the program. So this is going to remove malware, pop-ups, things like that off the computer in general. There's still going to be residual stuff on there. Open Malwarebytes. Okay, so this is Malwarebytes. All you have to do with this is hit scan. It runs through and it's showing scanned items, and then it will show detections here. I'm hoping it actually picks something up, but I doubt it. This computer had a clean install, I think, a couple of weeks ago, so yeah. So it didn't find anything. So if it would have found something, you would have just hit next, next. It would have quarantined everything, and then you would have been good. So next step, just want to go through this process. So I would close that down. So I've installed 2 programs, done what I need to do with them. So I am going to search this next one. So if you got all bad infections on your computer, I like running this one because it picks up a few things the other ones don't like to pick up. I just type in Hitman Pro, and then downloads. You'll see it's Hitman Pro, and then download, and then there we go. I honestly don't like to put my real email in here. Ah, well, they changed their security, sneaky devils. Oh, hey. Download 64-bit, and here it is, and hit yes, and then next, 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 and it starts to scan. So I've had this program pick up some pretty gnarly stuff that other apps couldn't pick up. So I've always liked running them just in case. And we're clean, no threats. So if it did find something, you just hit next and remove whatever it finds. So we'd close that out. So the next step is actually resetting Edge and Chrome. So I'm going to bring up Edge. I'm going to hit those three little dots up here in the corner right. Go down to Settings. And then on the left side, I've got Reset Settings. Restore settings to their default values. And then Reset. And then I'll close that. And then I'll come into Chrome. I'll hit the three dots. I'll go to Settings, Reset Settings, Restore settings to the original defaults, and then hit Reset. In some cases, it may spin for a few minutes while it's resetting everything if there's a lot of stuff to do. But what this does is it resets all the permissions and pop-up permissions and all the stuff where they ask you, do you want to allow this? Do you want to allow this? It resets all that stuff. So it stops those irritating pop-ups popping up on the bottom right of your screen over and over and over and over and over again. So after this, what you'll want to do is restart the computer. So hit your start menu, go in there, hit restart. Okay? So after that, we got one more step, is I like to remove everything I've done. So I'll go to the start menu, I'll go to settings, and then I'll go to apps. And then I'll look at installed apps. And what I'll usually do is I'll sort by and just do the date. And then that generally shows me what I've installed recently, but yeah, there they are. Okay, so I'll start by hitting the three dots, uninstall, uninstall, yes, finish, uninstall, finish. Okay, CCleaner's been uninstalled. I'll come over here to Hitman Pro, do the same thing over again, uninstall, yes, and that's uninstalled. Now I'll see Malwarebytes. Go in here, uninstall, uninstall, yes, okay, remove Malwarebytes. And then a little link on the top, uninstall anyway, skip survey, and uninstall. They always make it a longer process to uninstall something than it does to install it. It's like, no, don't let us go. So there's a reason I like to do this. I can reinstall the programs at any time I want. I can install them, run the scans, uninstall. When I do that, they're not running in the background at all times. And sometimes with the programs, it is good to have one running back there, constantly checking things. But like I said, I don't pay for the software. If you pay for the software, yes, leave it on, let it do its job. But in general, I do most of the stuff manually for me. Okay, and then it'll pop up a window, and then I'll close that down. So while you're in installed apps, you can also go through there and look for any programs you don't need or need to get rid of, like for instance, silly games or things like that. And the process is the same. You would just go in there, hit the three dots, and hit uninstall. So right there, uninstall. So that basically sums it up. Another thing you can do is right click on the taskbar and go to Task Manager. And in here, you can see just about how everything's running. So if your memory is tapped out all the way to the top, your computer is probably being pretty sluggish. If your CPU is doing the same thing, there's something massively using up your processor space, which you need to figure out what that is. So if you need to do that, so let's say we got something using a bunch of memory, I would go back to processes. Oop, I lost my window. There we go. Okay, I'm in processes. So over here, I have CPU percentage, memory percentage. So if something is using a lot of memory, I would sort it by memory and see what's using that. And usually from that window, I can see, oh, okay, if that's a program I don't need, I would just uninstall it or turn it off. Which if you need to end a task quick, you can just end task. So right click on it, end task. So basically all that does is kills it. So it stops it at that point. So when you restart the computer, it'll probably come back up unless you've stopped it or uninstalled it. And then let's see, everything else is basically good. So I'd kill everything, shut it, restart the computer, wait for it to come back up, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for other videos, let me know. This has been my system, how I do it. As I like to say, every tech, has their own way of doing things. There's tons of things you can do out there, tons of different software you can use. These are the ones I've used for years. By all means, throw in the comments down below. What do you use? What's your system? I definitely like to hear. I mean, that's how we all learn as far as what others are doing. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Until next time, thanks.